Hello guys, welcome back in Goku Manhwa. Let's continue.
The next day, Ari seemed rather uneasy as she sat with her friend, letting out a restless sigh that immediately drew attention. Her friend asked why she was sighing like that, pointing out that she looked as though she had carried the weight of the whole sky. Ari quietly responded that she felt lost. Her friend asked what she meant by feeling that way and told her to speak clearly, to which Ari admitted she had failed her audition, and she considered that to have been her one chance. Her friend stared at her in disbelief and said that most people usually felt relieved after escaping such pressure, but Ari was upset because she had not succeeded. Ari explained that her voice cracked during the performance. She added that she had even imagined celebrating with her parents afterward, and since the director had smiled at her during practice, she thought it was already settled in her favor. Her friend widened her eyes at the reasoning, asking who would guarantee success based on a single look and expressing disbelief at her logic. She then asked what Ari was truly worried about. She reminded her that she had said she loved singing, so even without winning this audition, wouldn't another opportunity eventually come her way anyway? She pointed out that Ari seemed to desire recognition in a way that could damage her spirit if things turned against her, and as a friend, she felt it was necessary to take this more carefully. She added that ever since Ari had started chasing this dream, her mood had shifted in troubling ways. Ari cut her off sharply, asking what she even understood to speak in such a manner. She questioned whether her friend thought she knew music better than she did and whether she even realized how difficult the journey had been for her. She explained that she had seen Marcus struggle countless times and even if he admired her, she did not believe he could easily commit to a long journey together. Growing impatient, Ari brushed off the discussion and said she did not want to continue, quickly walking out and leaving her friend unsettled. The scene shifted to Naya, who was scrolling through her tablet as she received a note from Darren. He informed her that he was not attending class and would be waiting for her until she finished. Naya thought to herself that it was an odd choice since it was a busy day. Perhaps he had skipped his lecture deliberately. She tried not to overthink the reason, but lately suspicion had started growing heavier within her mind. Naya typed back asking what he was doing right then. He replied that he was waiting outside because he wanted to see her face. Naya thought his words always seemed different from how his actions appeared. He was so gentle that it almost made her guilty for suspecting him. She wondered if someone so calm could truly carry the dangerous traits she silently feared. Naya sent him another note asking if he wanted her to tell him a riddle while he waited. Darren asked what kind it was. Naya replied that it was one she had overheard at the library where she volunteered. They said a shadow appeared there at night. Darren responded that he would not be able to rest alone that evening because of how eerie it sounded, and he asked if she would sit with him. Naya replied not to tease. While Darren drifted in thoughts, he recalled that when her glance once lingered over him, it had not seemed harsh. He had only admired her quietly, and if possible, he would have remained that way forever. He remembered when she fell asleep at the study hall and a loud student disturbed her, but he had stepped forward, calmed the boy, and escorted him out, even helping him get back to his dormitory safely. Suddenly, Naya stirred awake from her nap and apologized to Darren, asking if he was planning to remain there until morning. Darren said he only wanted to speak with her a little longer, thinking there were just the two of them left in the place anyway. She told him to use the stairway to get back to his room. The following day, the same man who often spread gossip stood at the desk, telling the manager that a strange shadow had appeared in the study hall. The manager frowned, saying that after being silent so long, the first thing he uttered was some nonsense about a phantom, claiming he was out of his mind and trying to scare students away. The visitor, however, stood firmly by his story. He described the figure as unusually tall and faint, sharp in appearance, yet strangely alluring, like one of those haunting beings in folklore. He swore that the shadow had stood still, smiling faintly, fixing its eyes directly upon him. The moment he saw it, he knew it was not human. The gaze had locked him in place. Then it had escorted him outside, placed him in a foreign taxi, and dropped him off at a shining apartment complex. The manager dismissed his words and mocked him by asking if he thought he was some fairy-tale prince being taken to the palace in a magical chariot. She then told him to avoid wandering around at night. Later, she retold the tale to Naya and asked if she had seen such a figure or anything like it. Naya calmly shook her head. The manager chuckled and said she supposed the man had been imagining things after drinking. She added that for them, failing grades were far more terrifying than spirits. Still, she mentioned that if he truly had seen something, perhaps it was not a ghost at all, but rather a guardian presence. She remarked that the library had been drawing in record numbers of students every weekend, and if it kept doing that well, she might even start believing in phantoms herself. Naya silently thought that Marcus had not sent her a message all day. The manager then greeted Darren and showed him to a room where he could rest. She mentioned the rate was 40 units, but said she would throw in a favor since there were snacks out front, encouraging him to help himself. Darren took a glance at Naya, noticing the concern hidden in her eyes. The manager remarked that he was strikingly handsome, almost like a performer. Naya only replied that she had not noticed. The manager teased her, asking how she could overlook someone like that, and remarked that she was always talking about her studies while Darren overheard everything. He thought to himself that in the beginning, all he wished was that she would not be too burdened, that she would not be exhausted, and that her days would not be so heavy. Then he wished that she would not fall ill, that she would not feel lonely, and that she might smile even just a little. Later at the cafe, Naya appeared pale as she apologized for arriving late. She thought about Marcus and wondered what was happening since he had not messaged her first. Naya then received a call from the manager, who asked about the schedule. Naya replied that the assignments were on the desk and apologized for not completing the readings, promising she would make sure to finish them next time. Darren overheard her words again. After that, Naya called Marcus and asked about the presentation. She explained that she was not trying to push him, but was simply curious. She quickly apologized for questioning him and said she should not have spoken in that way. She asked him not to be upset and apologized once more before Marcus ended the call. Afterwards, she lowered her head and cried while trembling. At that moment, Darren made a silent vow. From then on, he would be ruthless toward Marcus. He planned to leave him behind in his own style, to strike him with pain he never intended to feel, to sever him completely, and to take his place. He wondered what Naya would think. Could she forgive him? Could she endure being with the one who would betray her and cause her tears? Just then, someone reported to Darren that Marcus had been seen entering the registrar's office, and it appeared to be about a suspension.